Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Beyond the South Stand with me, Jez Davies. This week I'm joined with Ollie Sadler.
Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm all good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks so much for asking, especially after our 5-0 win last night, which was pretty incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, yeah, I'm delighted. 5 different scorers as well, so yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Which leaves us to introduce our guest for this week of our next opponent, Coventry City, Mr. Stuart Rendall from the... Well, I'll let you introduce yourself, Stuart. Tell us a little bit about your podcast, please.
Yeah, all things sky blue. Just type that in. We're on all socials: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you like other content, please go and like and subscribe. And we're also on podcasts as well. So just type in all things sky blue.
There was quite a long delay there, so we will carry on just in case, as we tend to do with these things. But Stuart, if you just like
I hope I'm back.
Yeah, let's hope so. Just perhaps if you just like to sum up Coventry season so far, and does it feel like, obviously after recent couple of losses you had, does it feel like you're back on track?
I would like to say yes. We're still a little bit vulnerable, I feel, on the odd occasion, but attacking wise, I think we're okay. And hopefully that will see us through to the end. I think we are over that blip. We've got a couple of new signings in January at the moment. Hopefully, maybe a few more. We'll have to wait and see. But it's definitely given us strength in depth. We're over illness because we've had a bout of illness as well, which hasn't helped. We have got one of the smaller squads as well. So with illness, with suspensions and things like that, everything's just taken its toll all in one go. It hasn't been sort of spread out over the season. It's all been over the Christmas period. So that hasn't helped. It hasn't helped with us not playing very well as well, which is frustrating. But yeah, it seems like now that we've got a bit more strength in depth. Seems like we've got over. We've just had 2 really good home wins, one against Leicester and one against Millwall. Both 2-1 victories as well. Came behind in the Leicester game and we went ahead. We got pegged back and then we got a goal in the second half as well. Haji Wright comes into it. Seems like now he's coming to a little bit of form, 2-2 for Haji Wright. So yeah, things hopefully are on the up, but obviously we know how much of a tough game it's going to be against you guys on Monday. As we mentioned just slightly off air, it does seem like that your home form isn't as good as your away form. So hopefully that will bode well for us. But yeah, it's going well at the moment. Can't complain. Look, at the start of the season, if we were going to be 5 points clear, I'm saying 5 points. I know we're 8 officially, but obviously you've got to assume Ipswich are going to win their game in hand. So that makes us 5 points clear. If you said that at the start of the season, I would have absolutely snapped your hands off. So look, hopefully the wheels don't fall off. And I can't see them doing it, but we'll have to wait and see.
Perfect. And just talk to us a little bit about your new signings then. So who have you bought during the January transfer window?
Yeah, so on loan from Tottenham, he was recalled by Tottenham from Pompey, I think it was. We call him Mini. It's Min Hook or something like that. I butcher everybody's name, so I apologise to Mini for that. And then we've got Romain Esse as well on loan from Crystal Palace. He opened his scoring for us last night against Millwall. That was his club before we went, and he actually celebrated as well. He apologised for afterwards, but he celebrated as well. But yeah, Mini hasn't started for us yet. He had a cameo against Stoke in the cup game, and he looked quite good. But Mason Clark's been on fire since Mini's come in, so that competition for places has definitely booked people's ideas up a little bit as well, which is good. But Romain started both games. He looks the real deal. He looks really good. For me, sometimes too many tricks. I'd rather him do the simple things really, really well. But look, with that type of player, you're always going to get that sort of flair. You can tell that he's a level above And yeah, he opened his scoring for us, so hopefully many more to come.
Fantastic. Ollie, how do you rate Norwich's transfer window so far? And obviously, you think Harry Amas is he's through the door. What are your thoughts, and what can you tell about the players that we've recruited?
Yeah, it's been a slow start to the window. Obviously, one incoming, which was Ali Ahmed, but he's started fantastically. He's got a goal and an assist, I believe, in his first few games. So he started really well. I've been really impressed with him. And obviously, Harry Amas as well. There's been news about him recently as well. So I think that'll be a good sign. And I definitely highlighted, even yesterday, even with Crescente scoring, I definitely highlighted that our left back is our weakness, in my opinion. But yeah, I think he's a good player. He'll be a good addition. Obviously, he spent the first half of the season on loan at Sheffield Wednesday and was probably their shining light in a dark time for them as well. So I'm happy with it. And obviously, that news about that Danish striker, weren't it, that scored a brace against Man City, but I can't see that happening now. So
no,
yeah, it's just typical.
I think they added an extra 0 to the end of his price tag, didn't they? Yeah, it was certainly. I think we won't be in for him anymore. But Ollie, if you perhaps like just to push on for question 2. For Stuart, please.
Yeah, bear with me.
No worries.
Yeah, so obviously Norwich's forms took a turn recently under Clement. How do you see Coventry approaching this game, and what would be a good result?
Well, we approach the games at home or away exactly the same. You know, we've got Matty Grimes that orchestrates everything. If you can nullify Matty Grimes, even though, to be fair, he hasn't been in the best of forms at the moment, but if you can nullify Matty Grimes a little bit, then it tends to slow us down, and we struggle to sometimes break teams down a little bit. But if Matty Grimes gets on the ball a little bit too much, then he can dictate play. It goes out wide, whether it's Mini, whether it's Mason Clark, whether it's SA, whether it's Sakamoto, it doesn't really matter. It will go out wide to whoever. The Jay De Silva, Milan will overlap, will get the ball in, and hopefully Haji Rai, Asante, Radoni, or whoever plays that number 10, Sims, Wright, whoever plays that number 9, will get on the end of it. And that's how we play. We are more of possession based, might be slightly different. All I want to see from you guys, and obviously I mentioned it off camera as well, is if you score, don't time waste. You know, it was utterly ridiculous when you come to our place, and for me, it was embarrassing. It was so bad. I wasn't expecting it from you guys. I was expecting, you know, because we haven't got the greatest record against you guys. Yeah. And I was just expecting you to come out and try and bombard us after that. But when you went 1-0 up and you just literally did everything to time waste, sat back, I just weren't expecting it. And I thought it was a little bit embarrassing from you guys. So as long as you don't do that and you make it a game, then we'll come at you as much as we possibly can. We've got Bobby Thomas back. Bobby Thomas has been suspended for 3 games. He's served them now, so he'll be back. Whether he comes straight back into the starting lineup, I'm not sure, because we've won 2 games without Bobby. Joel Atibodi, who's come in for him, has done okay. To be fair, I like him anyway, but Bobby just gives us something different, especially, you know, I might be wrong. There might be somebody out there that tells me that I'm absolutely full of rubbish, but I think we're top goal scorers in Europe for set plays, so corners, free kicks, and things like that. So definitely in the Championship with it. I'm not sure in Europe, but I think we might be up there. I think we've scored like 21 goals or something like that from corners and things. So, you know, we are threats in that way, but you know, there's a lot more to us now as well, especially when we've got, you know, strength on the bench, such as Sakamoto, SA, Mini, Mason Clark, Asante's coming back, Torp's come back as well. So yeah, we've got threats, but we are vulnerable to the breakaways.
Excellent. Ollie, do you want to take the time wasting thing, or do you want me to?
I'll give it a go. Yeah, obviously on the Manning, I remember watching. I was at work and I managed to watch the first half of it. But I just remember, I can remember watching. You have Finn is Finn it no, his name's Finn in it, and he's sort of like a big Coventry sort of fan on social media and stuff. So I was watching his vlog about it, and he was losing his head in the stands. Like every time the ball went out of play, would take so long, sort of bringing it back in and stuff. So yeah, I remember that. I think we had that one chance in the first half. Our goal was pretty much our only chance that game.
Yeah.
And you had loads of shots, and obviously we conceded in the last minute. But yeah, I think, to be fair, if I'm watching that at Carrow Road, I'd be just the same as you, annoyed, embarrassed. But now we're under Clement. I think we've played better attacking football. We look a lot better. In that West Brom game, I know we won 5-0, and it's pretty sort of self-explanatory to say that we were playing more attacking, but they looked awful, really. Wrexham, we gave it to them as well. We dominated most of the ball in that Wrexham game for long periods of time. So we're definitely playing better football. So I'm excited to see the game Monday night. I think it'll be a good game.
100%. And there was 8 minutes injury time in the Wrexham game, but there was a couple of injuries, Stuart. So don't panic when you do your research and see that. Coventry have had some illness in the camp recently. I think that's been well documented. I think you had 2 separate coaches, didn't you, to try and contain it. But has that disrupted momentum, or do you think that is now behind you?
I think it's behind us now. I think it, like I mentioned, we did have the illness, we had suspensions, we had injuries, and I think just the accumulation of everything just sort of nullified our Christmas period to a certain extent, and it didn't help, most definitely. Like I said, we haven't got the biggest squad anyway, so that's not going to help either as well when you've got, your top goal scorer, Asante, out. But look, we've got three forward players now, all on 10 goals. So 30 goals between 3 players isn't too bad. And then you've got Thorpe in there, you've got Radoni. So we're not doing too bad. A couple of players are slightly out of form. A couple are just coming back from injury. So everything's slowly building up. But yeah, we're looking okay. But it did have an effect, most definitely, the illness, and I think in Lampard's last press conference, I think he said it was the first time that he had 20 first teamers all together and having proper training for a whole week, and it definitely showed, especially in the first half. We were absolutely scintillating against Millwall. We were really, really good. Yes, they, I know they equalised and stuff, and it was a really good goal for them. But I think we dominated definitely the first half. They dominated the start of the second half, Millwall. So, like I said, we are vulnerable. But one thing about this Coventry side, under Robbins as well and under Lampard, we're resilient and we go right to the death. So it is going to be a good game.
No, 100%. And just across to you, Ollie, I just wanted to ask you about, because I felt that was very similar to what Stuart just said to what Lampard said to what Clement said last week, when I don't know if you remember, but he was like, "Oh, this is the first time I've had the group together for a while." I think it was just before the Wrexham game.
Yeah. I think as well, it's important to sort of highlight that Coventry team. They've been playing together now, that core of players, for a good couple of seasons now. So I think coming into the game on Monday night, you've got, it's not too dissimilar to the Coventry side we played last season at home, if you think about it. You've managed to keep hold of Radoni, who's been brilliant. Obviously, Mason Clark really stepped up this season. I've been really impressed with him. Ellis Sims is a quality championship striker. Same with Haji Wright, who I think is probably the better American at the minute in the championship.
100% he is.
I like Romain Esse as well as a signing. I thought he came last season and he scored a great goal at Carrow Road as well. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And obviously Bobby Thomas as well is a player I haven't really seen, but he's had links to Crystal Palace, I believe, something like that. So I'm really excited to see him and
West Ham
on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think we're on to the next question now, Ollie, if you've got them up.
Yeah. So what would be Coventry's game plan on Monday night, and what sort of threats and weaknesses do you see in that Norwich side that you could utilise?
To be fair, I haven't really, after you time wasted so much, I haven't really watched you guys that much, to be fair. But no, look, it is going to be a different game because obviously Manning was in charge of you guys when you played us at the CBS. You know, Clement has got you ticking over, especially of late as well. So it is going to be a little bit more of a tricky tie. It's a shame, really, that you are coming into a little bit of form because we don't seem to beat you for some strange reason. A little bit like Preston as well. You are a little bit of a bogey side for us. But, you know, when Lampard's come in, you know, Lampard has always said he's not bothered about records. Records are, you know, they're there to be broken kind of thing. And at the moment, we're breaking all kinds of record. We couldn't beat Preston. We beat Preston last year at our place for the first time in God knows how long, you know, and we're coming back. And like I said to you, we've got resilience now in the side. And we play exactly the same way. And, you know, we'll get it out wide. We'll get our wingers coming in and we'll take shots. We'll keep the ball if we need to settle things down a little bit. Like I said, you know, the games that we've lost, especially against Wrexham, Wrexham was slightly different in that one because we had, I think, 2 suspensions and we had 2 injuries. You know, 3 of the back 4 was completely changed and we didn't play very well either, to be fair. So I know it's a loss, but I don't really count that loss. I'd like a loss to be our full 11. You know, and that's, you know, the 2 Ipswich games that we've lost, you know, they were a little bit more of our team and we were just done by the better side. We didn't play particularly well in the first half, at home especially. We kind of let them come on to us a little bit too much, but we're definitely vulnerable, you know, to the breakaway. So you can turn us over. We try and play a high line, catch the offside. So if you can be a little bit smarter and not get caught, you know, if you've got quick forwards, you'll definitely get behind us. But like I said, Thomas coming back, if he starts, which I presume he will do, then it will be a trickier game, I think. Latty's good, but he's not very fast. Bobby can make up the ground. He's tall, he's athletic, and he's got the strides in him. But yeah, I think the wide men are going to be the key for us, really. If we can get it out wide quicker, if we can get the balls in the box for Hadji or Sims or the midfielders to come on to, you know, I think that's where we'll hopefully score the goals. And we like I said, we owe you one from last season when we were 1-0 up and then it just went to pot and you ended up beating us 2-1. We're still reeling from it now. We couldn't believe that had happened. So hopefully, you know, we can rectify that and we can rectify the 1-1 draw at our place when we should have absolutely battered you. But we didn't, unfortunately.
I think you'll be pleased to know that Forster Mank was out injured at the moment, and he was the chap that scored the 2 goals in that 2-1.
Thank God for that.
Yeah,
he won't come on the 90th minute and score 2 goals within 3 minutes or whatever it was.
Maybe we can get him out of his sickness bed just to do that. Just for...
I wouldn't put it past you. To be fair, you'll time waste just to get him out of bed.
Ollie, same question back to you then. I mean, for Norwich, just tell Stuart a little bit about, you know, our threats and how you think we can hurt Coventry.
Yeah, I think if we're going to do anything on Monday, I think the game's going to have to be won in midfield. And I'm, you know, like you mentioned earlier with Grimes, we've got to sort of isolate him out of the game, if you will. I think we have, obviously, Makama's the biggest threat probably at the minute. I know he was quiet in that West Brom game, but his hold-up play for the 3rd goal was brilliant. So I think with the right service to him, if he can find the chances, he's got a lethal shot. So I'd highlight that as our strength. I think I do worry about your attack, though. I'm not very confident going into Monday, I must say. Regardless, we've just beat West Brom 5-0, and Wrexham was probably the biggest test that we had, if I'm being honest, and we managed to pull out a really good result there. But I just feel Coventry, you know, you're almost there, so that could be a weakness as well, because I remember watching Norwich in that COVID season, and for many a times when we've won the championship, when you're getting towards the end of the season, you just want to win games, and sometimes that plays an effect on a lot of the players. But I think obviously Ali Ahmed as well, he started the season quite well. Since he's come in, in January, he started well. He looks good. And obviously Harry Amass as well, which I'm sure will be done before Monday. If he's having his medical tomorrow, I think he'll be to be honest, I think he'll come in and start a left back straight away. Because I think Crescente is good, but I don't think on the ball he doesn't offer too much, if I'm being honest with you. I think that's probably our strengths and weaknesses.
Other than that goal that he scored yesterday, which I think had the net not been there, it probably would have killed someone in that lower stand. But it's the way that was moving. So, I agree with what you're saying, Ollie. So just finally, before we finish, Stuart, what do you think? Would be a good result for Coventry City on Monday?
Look, I always say win your home games and draw your away games, and you'll be somewhere close. But with Ipswich breathing down our necks, look, we're 8 points clear as it stands. I know there's no guarantees that they will win it, their game in hand that they've got. So we're 8 points clear. I just want to keep that momentum ticking over. When we haven't got the worst form away from home. We have recently, but it's not the worst. I would be happy with the draw. I'd take a draw, but I think we have got enough to get the win. But like always, it's about what Cov do. If we're on it and we perform, then I think we win, and I think we beat most teams in the league. In all honesty, regardless of who we're playing, if Coventry are on it, we will pretty much win the game. But if any of them, are slightly, below par, you've got an opportunity to definitely take us. And, we haven't got, like I said before, we haven't got the greatest at your place. I think the last time, if I'm right in saying, was February 2009 that we beat you at Carrow Road. That it's that long. So we haven't got the greatest record. And that's why we're probably still annoyed from that 2-1 last year, because that's the closest that it's been, and it's just annoying, really, a little bit. But look, like I said, if we turn up, I think we win. But I'd take a draw now.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things I've kind of felt about the last 3 or 4 games is we've kind of got out the relegation zone now.
Yeah,
but I'm really worried about complacency. I wonder whether they're going to be a little bit complacent now. Oh, we're out of it now. We're actually still got a lot to do. So I don't think for one second the manager's going to allow him to do that, by the way. So I would take a draw right now. Okay. And that's based just purely on how good Coventry have been this season. And I think out of all the teams that are up there, I'd prefer Coventry to do it out of anyone. And I know that's not just because obviously me and you have been talking for a few years, Stuart. That's genuine.
Thank you very much.
I think, best of luck to you after Monday. And I hope you do it, mate. But no, I think, what do you think, Ollie? What's your score prediction, mate?
I'm slightly less optimistic, to be honest. I think we'll lose 3-1. I think it'll be sort of a reality check after that 5-0. I just think Coventry's attacks, and like you said, records are there to be broken. I remember that home record where we went like a year unbeaten at home. That was cut short from Bristol City, I believe. But yeah, I think Coventry's attack will, they'll be relentless in attacking our defence, and it's a massive test. We have looked a lot better defensively with Cordoba and McConville, but I think we'll score first. But I think you'll go on to win it 3-1. That's my prediction.
Okay, thank you. It's funny actually. You just mentioned about that Bristol City win for that sort of cut that thing short. But Liam Manning's only win at Carrow Road last year was when he was manager of Bristol City, and he had 8 games managing Norwich. It just goes to show, doesn't it? Good luck, Huddersfield. Stuart, thanks once again, and as I say, keep up the good work with the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Is there anyone you want to give a little shout out to?
No, just the rest of the team, really. Glenn, Mark, You know, Danny and Josh, we all try and work hard. You know, it's not a full-time job. We try and do, you know, it's a part-time. We've all got full-time jobs doing other things, so we do it in our spare time, and we try and do the best that we can. But you know, we have been we were nominated early this year for a football content award, which was amazing. So yeah, so that was good to go to the awards. We didn't win, unfortunately, but met a few really, really good people, second tier podcasts and people like that who we met. So that was really good as well. So yeah, really nice.
Well done, mate. That's really good. Ollie, thanks for jumping on as well, mate. Good luck for the rest of the week.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Everyone else watching, please like and subscribe on the channel. We are also available on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, everything. And you can, as you know, watching on YouTube, we are available on Apple and Spotify as well. Proudly part of the Talk Sport Fan Network. I've been Jez Davies.
I've been Oliver Sadler.
I don't know if he's still there, but if he isn't, we had Stuart. Thanks, everyone. Bye.